Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video, we will be looking at some of the services of biodiversity, or in other words, the value of biodiversity or the importance of biodiversity. Now, biodiversity refers to the variability of living organisms in an ecosystem. It includes the diversity of organisms present in the wilderness as well as the ones that we are growing in the form of crops or livestock. And all of this has a major role to play in human development. In fact, sometimes we appreciate and realize the value of organisms only after we have lost it from Earth. Now, the biodiversity value can be divided into 7 different types, and these are the I have put up over here. You can remember these 7 types with an easy phrase like chicken pakoda stuffed exactly at one end. Now, it might sound strange, but each word of this phrase refers to one of the characteristics or value of biodiversity. For example, chicken stands for the consumptive use, pakoda is the productive use, stuffed stands for the social use, exactly ethical use, at aesthetic use, one option use, and end again is ecosystem use. So chicken pakoda stuffed exactly at one end is one easy way that you can think of for remembering all the 7 headings of the value of biodiversity. Let's look at each one of them in detail. Now, the first 2 uses that I have put over here are direct uses, that is, uses which are associated with monetary benefit. The first one is the consumptive use. Consumptive use is where the biodiversity has a direct use value, where it is being harvested. The products of biodiversity are being harvested and they are being consumed or they are being utilized. That is called as the consumptive use. This includes the food that we receive from animals, from fishes, from plants, the medicines and drugs that we utilize from plants or from animal parts, the fuels that we obtain, that is from the wood. It could be even fossilized biodiversity in the form of petroleum, coal, natural gas. So all of these are values where we are directly using the product of biodiversity. The second one is productive use. This is also associated with monetary benefit. However, the difference here is that here we do not directly use it. We are obtaining the substance from biodiversity, converting it into a product or converting it into a commodity, and that commodity is what is being consumed. The commodity is being marketed, sold and being consumed. That is what we call as the productive use. Consumptive use is direct use. Productive use is wherein we take the substance from biodiversity, we take the biodiversity product and convert it into some commodity which is being utilized. This includes medicines like antibiotics or use of plant extracts. The textiles are another example of a productive use of leather, fur of animals, silk, paper and pulp industries also from the productive use, or the ivory works, pearl industry. All of these are examples of productive use of biodiversity. The third and the fourth uses of biodiversity, which are listed over here, are the social use and the ethical use. Social use is the use of biodiversity that is associated with social life, with customs, religions, the psycho-spiritual aspects of people. For example, a very simple example are the flowers that are offered in temples, or the tulsi plant which is prayed to by the people, the people plant, the mango trees, lotus, or even Christmas tree in certain religions. All of these are examples wherein biodiversity is being valued because it is associated with a particular custom or a religion or some particular practice. Or if this can even include animals, worshipping animals like snakes or cows or peacocks. These are all examples of social use wherein the value of biodiversity is associated with a particular custom or a religion or some kind of a spiritual practice of the people. The fourth one is the ethical use or ethical value, wherein biodiversity is being protected, or it is also called as the existence value. It is considered that all life must be preserved. So it's a duty to protect the species or protect the biodiversity, even if it is unrelated to human needs. A very simple example, we haven't seen dodo, but we do feel sorry that dodo bird is no more on this earth and we'll never be able to see it. Or there is no direct use of kangaroos or zebras or giraffes, but we do feel that they need to exist. So that existence value or ethical value is wherein we feel a need to protect. We feel it's our moral duty to protect species even if they are not directly related to human. The fifth one is aesthetic value, which is associated with the beauty. So we do know that nature relieves stress. We know that in a closed environment, which is human made structures, it leads to more stress, more of illnesses occur when we are present inside a human made structure or present always within a building, within a closed walls. We need to go out because nature relieves stress. We know that, the nature is helping us in its aesthetic sense. It's the beauty of nature that is helping us out. So that is called as the aesthetic value. Aesthetic value is also being tapped into nowadays in the form of ecotourism. So we have several places in India like Ladakh, or many places in Karnataka, Kerala, Northeast India, wherein the ecotourism, that is tourism with a conscience, is being promoted. So we are using the aesthetic value, the beauty value of nature, of biodiversity, and converting it into tourism. The sixth one that we have over here is the option value. Now, option value is wherein there is value attached to biodiversity, knowing that there are sources, there are biological resources that may prove to be useful in future. That is, they may have a potential use in future. At present, they may not have any use, but they may carry certain uses in the future. That is called as the option value. An example is, we may get a potential cure for AIDS or for cancer from maybe the marine ecosystem. So we do not know of it as of now, but in future it may hold certain value. That is called as option value. And the last one is ecosystem service value. This is the value that is attached to biodiversity that is required for self-maintenance of the ecosystem and resources. We know that biodiversity in the form of flora and fauna helps to prevent soil erosion. It helps to prevent floods. It helps in maintenance of soil fertility. It helps in cycling of nutrients, the absorption of pollutants, reduction of global warming, and all of these values are attached to the maintenance of the ecosystem. So we need biodiversity so that the ecosystem can be maintained and the resources can be maintained. That is called as the ecosystem service value, for the survival of the environment, for the survival of the ecosystem. So these are the 7 values that are attached to biodiversity of any region. I hope this was of use to you. Hope to see you all in the next video. Thank you.